Hello everyone, my name is Tom. I want to tell you guys something. Did you know that once you accept Jesus into your heart, you have a new identity? You have a new spiritual identity. That is one of being holy, righteous, and perfect. Let's talk about that. I want to unpack that for you. So let's review real quick. So here's man. We are born this way. We are born empty, but then we have nothing inside of us, right? We are dead, born sinners. And then when we accept Jesus, Jesus comes into us and gives us life. He gives us a new identity. The identity before is sinner, but when Jesus comes in, we have a new identity. Because that is what I want to talk to you guys about. God looks at us kind of like this. I'm going to use this as an example. Everybody, what is this? In one word, tell me what this is. It's water, right? How come, I want to ask you guys, how come you didn't say it's a clear plastic bottle? Why? It's because we look at this and we look at these objects, we identify by what's on the inside, by its contents. And its contents are water. Tasty water, too. What's on the inside is water. So, when we accept Jesus into us, I'm going to use this example again. When we accept Jesus into us, what's in our contents? Our contents is life and is Jesus. And what are Jesus' characteristics? Come on, name a few. He's holy, he's perfect, he's righteous, he's sinless, he's great, wonderful, all these great things, right? So when he comes inside of us, we then also are holy, righteous, perfect, and all that stuff. We may not act that way. We may not act perfect, holy and righteous, but who we really are on the inside, who you really are, is holy, righteous, and perfect, regardless of how you act. Why? Because of the fact that you have Jesus inside of you. It's the contents. Take this example. This bottle, I'm going to label it here. I'm going to put a T here for Tom. Okay? There's a T there. Tom, this is me. The bottle is me. What's on the inside is Jesus. Now, who we are is defined by what's on the inside, right? True. Yeah, my name is here, but on the inside is Jesus. So I am also holy, righteous, and perfect. But let's say I sin. Lust. How about we scribble this a little bit. Make the bottle a little bit dirty. Okay, I got some marks here. It doesn't look too clean anymore, right? Now let's what else we're gonna do? Let's add how about some pride? Add some pride on there. How we add some alcoholism. Ooh, I love my beer. Alcoholism. Let's see. What else should we add? Let's add jealousy. We can add all kinds of stuff in here, but let me ask you guys, what's on the inside still? What is this? I'm going to say, here, have a dirty plastic bottle. No, I'm going to say, here, have some water, because of what's on the inside. All this stuff that happens on the outside, all this dirty sin and acts of sin and this behavior that is unfortunate, also unfortunate behavior, it is not changing the contents of the inside. Do you guys see that? Who is on the inside is still perfect, righteous, and holy. So who I am is still perfect, righteous, and holy, no matter what happens on the outside. So Christians, don't let yourself get beat up over sin. When you sin, you act out sin, don't beat yourself up over it and think, why am I so unholy? Get it right. Who you truly are on the inside is holy. You may not act holy, but that's a different story. I'll get into that on a different day. But the fact is, your identity. You have a new spiritual identity, which is that of Jesus Christ, which is perfect, righteous, holy. Take, for example, ethnic identity. I am half Chinese, half white. Well, okay, now, let's take someone who's Chinese, full Chinese. They're born Chinese. How do they become Chinese? Because their parents, right? Take a Chinese mom and a Chinese dad, a Chinese woman, Chinese man, put them together, make a baby, you get a Chinese child, right? Now, how do those parents become Chinese? Because of their parents. How do their parents become Chinese? Because their parents, their parents, their parents. How do we become sinners? I was born right out of the womb. I never acted out sin, but I'm still a sinner, right? It's the identity. I inherit the identity of sinner from my parents, just like an ethnic identity. My parents were born as sinners. Why? Because their parents and their parents and their parents and their parents, all the way back up to Adam. And once you get to Adam, you see that he was the original sinner, right? Identity, once he sinned, he took on the identity of sinner. And because of that, all of our children, everybody below us, becomes a sinner. We can look at, I think it's Romans 5:12. Therefore, just as sin entered the world through one man, who is that man? Adam. And death through sin, and in this way death came to all men because all sinned. See, is the identity of sin entered through one man, and now boom, all of us are born with that identity. How do you change that identity? You gotta be born again. You've heard these terms before, right? This is what it means. You gotta be born again. Because how else can you change? If you're Chinese, for example, if you eat tons of Mexican food and you go to Mexican weddings and you do all kinds of things that are inherent to someone who's born of a Mexican ethnicity, you are not going to become Mexican. Same thing with white. If you are born white and you eat all kinds of black food and listen to all kinds of black music or whatever ethnic stereotypes you want to attach, I don't care. Attach whatever stereotypes you want. If you try doing all those things, you're still never going to change your ethnicity. The way you are born, the ethnicity is stuck, and it's going to be like that. The only way you can change it is if you're born again. You're born a sinner, you change that identity through being born again. You accept Jesus, you are born again. This is how it works. And that, my friends, is a wonderful thing. So, this bottle, I can't emphasize this enough. No matter what sin happens on the outside, the inside is unchanged because of the contents of the inside is still going to be perfect, righteous, and holy. And you are perfect, righteous, and holy. So don't beat yourself up. Enjoy Jesus. Have victory in Jesus, knowing that you are perfect, righteous, and holy.